Johnny Cage, you have been chosen to fight.
Tell me you're not some crazy fans.
Our fates would not be settled by the size of our armies.
It's called Mortal Kombat.
I really don't feel comfortable hitting a girl.
Don't worry, we won't.
Get over here!
Only the strong survive.
You heard it up top. We are about to face off, but only on a Sega Genesis where there is real blood, because we're talking the sequel to the hit movie that returns, talking about this franchise. That's right. It's Mortal Kombat 2 here on Normies Like Us with your hosts, Sub Colin.
It's Mike Cole Combat.
Oh,
Favorite character. And this is... Oi, it's Jacob Cage.
wow.
Jacob Cage. Johnny Cobb in the flesh. Oh my goodness.
Wow,
That's
he's
right.
transformed.
He just
One of my
got
Johnny Cage sunglasses.
Boy.
those are $500
Oi, he
sunglasses,
doesn't talk
asshole.
like that in this movie. Yeah.
No, he doesn't talk like that. I was kind of taken aback. As we know, Carl Urban starring in this sequel to the 2001 reboot of the Mortal Kombat universe. Back at it again. Electric Boogaloo, Mortal Kombat 2, or Mortal Kombat 11, depending
That's
on how you
right.
want to read it. That's how many games? Well, there's 12 games now, right? With Mortal Kombat 1 being the 12th game. It's very confusing.
I remember, one came out, and it's like
Kombat
Mortal
franchises.
Kombat 1. They're reordering the numbering or something.
It went from 11 and then back to 1. A lot of retcons, and we're in the retconned universe for the live-action Mortal Kombat, because, again, this is building off of the 2021 COVID drop Mortal Kombat that we talked about on the show.
That's right.
That's right. Wow.
Yeah.
All the way back in 2021. What a time that was when we were all sitting at home watching Mortal Kombat on HBO Max. And like you said, that was when they dropped it straight to streaming, when HBO was trying to do this thing where they were putting these movies straight to streaming. This one only in theaters. So, we had to go out to the theater to see Mortal Kombat 2.
That's right. Have you guys rewatched the original before going to see this one?
I did.
Or the
Unfortunately, I did.
Unfortunately,
rewatch.
said.
Unfortunately, because I'll tell you what, you don't need to rewatch that movie at all to watch this movie. Like, nothing that happened in that movie really matters, other
Wow.
than like all you need to know is that Kung Lao died, and you're good. Basically, you can just go into this one.
They cover everything you need to know with exposition. Like, you really do not need to watch it. I watched this movie, and then I went back, rewatched 2021, and then the original, and then Annihilation. So I have a ranking of all four for the end of the episode, but this is mostly going to be about two.
Yeah, I was thinking about rewatching the 90s ones. Of course, I've seen those before, but I didn't do that, but I did want to rewatch 2021 before this one, and really a terrible movie, I want to say, Mortal Kombat 1. I think legitimately a terrible movie.
I mean, I guess that's just the place to get some of those thoughts out of the way on the first one. I thought it had some neat stuff with the idea of treating Sub-Zero as like a T-1000, like Terminator. But the Cole Combat of it all really didn't work.
Cole Combat.
Cole Combat. We've obviously
That's not his name, but we named him that. Yeah.
Mike named him that. Mike loves Cole Combat.
Yeah.
Mike, I did the same as you. I've rewatched now all 4 of these films. I am combated out. I did not do any of the animated movies, but HBO Max is a very easy home to find all the New Line films. Obviously, New Line has merged with Warner Brothers. Blah blah blah. You get all this in their back catalog. Has anybody re-listened to our episode on that? I have not, but certainly we were like as ass draggy on that. I kind of remember us being like, it's COVID. Mortal Kombat's fun, isn't it? Like, Jacob, you are torching this motherfucker.
I thought we were more negative on it at the time,
Were
but I
we?
could be remembering it wrong.
Wow. I'd love to know. Listeners, let us know.
I wanted to do that.
Compared to the 90s movies. I mean, I think I like the first Mortal Kombat is a fun movie.
Classic.
I think
Paul W.S.
the OG, yeah.
Classic.
Paul W.S. Anderson, my favorite Paul Anderson director.
Mhm.
And then you have Annihilation, a terrible movie. Again, a legitimately terrible movie, I think.
But a fun watch in a way, yeah. but very
One
bad.
of the worst things ever classified as a movie, potentially.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. But I like those. Was that New Line Cinema
Yeah.
movies?
That's right.
And then of course, yeah, 2021, the reboot, and there is some fun things in it, but overall, again, basing the whole movie around Cole Combat, who is in this movie. We'll talk about him.
Yeah, but
Uh,
terrible instinct to do that.
Is he
Yeah.
in this movie?
Technically,
I
he's in this
forgot
movie.
that he's a descendant of Scorpion, and that makes me really
That's the
mad
whole
that that's
point, yeah.
true.
People forget that my bloodline's a big deal, but it is. Oh,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah, that's why he's the main character of the first movie.
He gets the Black Panther suit, basically. It absorbs energy. Like, that's all. He's just a
Right.
Black Panther guy. Yeah.
I want to know, did they ever go in and add him into the games?
Oh,
I don't
not.
think if they've made a Mortal Kombat movie game since that movie came out, but they need to
Yeah,
add him
not
to the
adding him.
games.
I know it's not great because the worst part of it is the main character and his whole thing, but I think we all really liked Kano, and they do something very smart in this movie that we'll talk about.
Yes.
And like the fatalities with Kung Lao were cool. Like there was some stuff. The Sub-Zero powers were cool, like when the shotgun bullets slow down. Like it had some interesting stuff. It's just when you're hanging your whole the linchpin on Cole Combat, it's just not gonna work. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kano was a standout from the first movie, but then just the fact that it's not even about the tournament; it's about the lead up to the tournament, and
Correct.
getting the champions together and training, and then so there's no actual tournament in the movie. It's like what's the point of this?
Have you heard the Surf
Yeah.
Dracula problem?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the Surf Dracula.
The movie
of
ends
Mortal
with him getting
Kombat.
his surfboard. That's the first Mortal Kombat.
Right. And again, you could just start from this movie and miss practically nothing.
And-
Just going into this movie fresh. So
Yeah, and I'd say off rip, I think they addressed a lot of those criticisms. They took them to heart, and I think they did a good job to kind of say, okay, here's what we learned from that first foray, and I think the adjustments they made are for the better for the most case. So
I definitely would agree. I think it's definitely a step up from the last movie and pretty much better in every conceivable way. So we'll talk about it.
yeah, anything else we want to get off rip up top here before we dive in and
When's
get annihilated?
truly, when is the last time you guys played a Mortal Kombat game, do you guys think?
Wow.
For me, it would have had to been just if I was, at some kind of arcade or something, and just for old time's sake, playing a retro arcade cabinet or something, because I haven't played, one of these mainline games on console or anything in a long time, probably.
I think the last one I played was I think it was MKX, Mortal Kombat 10. I remember playing through that with my
Wow.
cousin. Never played 11 or 1, so it would be 2 apartments ago because that's how I measure time. But yeah, that's the last time I played a Mortal Kombat. I did beat it with my cousin, and I remember being extremely frustrated with how cheesy Shao Kahn was as a final boss. So I got history with Shao Kahn,
Which one was that?
X.
X.
MKX. Yeah, 10.
Yeah, I'm not a big fighting game guy. I've never been a fighting game
No.
guy.
Yeah.
But of all the fighting game franchises, I think Mortal Kombat is maybe the one I'm most familiar with. If you're comparing it to
Sure.
Street Fighter or Tekken or one of these other games, definitely I am more familiar with Mortal Kombat, but still not a fighting game.
I had it on Genesis. I was a Sega kid. I had it on
Mhm.
Genesis. I was obsessed with that it was so bloody. I was not a fighting game kid like Jacob. The richest people in my neighborhood, and I'm sure I told this story in the last episode, had a fucking stand-up arcade cabinet of, I think it was just called MK Annihilation 2. Is that possible that that's like a title of like one of the 3D games? Like
That would
sort
be
of like the
crazy.
N64 quality.
They bought the Annihilation tie-in cabinet or something. That would
Like
be
seriously.
crazy.
Like,
Yeah,
like for real, Mike. I don't know.
I think they had that.
The last legit game that I played, shout out to former host of this podcast, Joe. I almost drafted this game in our 360 draft, but Joe is such a huge DC fan, had Mortal Kombat versus DC superheroes, and we
Right.
would play Batman fighting Sub-Zero, and we would just like laugh our asses off like all the time.
Yeah.
I get
Those crossovers are fun.
Yeah, I get that game confused with, because there's also the DC There's just that DC fighting game that's like the
Injustice,
which
Gods Among
led
Us.
to
Injustice. Yeah,
because obviously NetherRealm started making these games,
Yes.
and NetherRealm's a big, like literally a thing from this franchise, the
And the
NetherRealm
NetherRealm.
or whatever.
yes.
That
I am
Jacob, they
Lord of the
literally
NetherRealm.
make Injustice, which of course then makes like a comic universe. Like there are comics of
Yeah.
the Injustice games
Yeah.
universe, which is a riff of them doing their own DC. Like it's this crazy domino effect. Yeah, it's really nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do
Yeah.
have my Superman
Hey,
Cavalier
nice.
shirt on, so that's
Wow.
tangentially related to Mortal Kombat
Go
if you think
Cavs.
about it. Yeah.
Right. It is interesting, the legacy of the Mortal Kombat brand, because now they do all that stuff where you can have like the alien from Alien fighting the Scream guy and like Terminator.
Like Omni-Man versus
Yes, Homelander now.
right?
Speaking of Billy Butcher. Yep.
Yeah.
Very
Everyone's-
true.
It's all normal. That's how it should be.
They seem like they're having fun, but it is interesting to kind of look at this year where we have Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, the Japanese titan of the fighting game, and this was the American entry trying to go toe to toe with it in the 90s. You know, this was our output to say, hey, we got one too. So it'll be interesting to see how these movies both shake out.
And it's funny because you have these two movies coming out now. In the 90s, they had the Mortal Kombat movie, and then they had the Street Fighter movie.
And we know who won that.
Yeah.
I definitely know which
Jean-Claude
one's
Van
gonna be
Damme.
better. I can already tell, by the way.
Well, the other thing about that is, well, not that, but this movie was supposed to come out in October of last year. They pushed it back. So it has a 2025 copyright on the end credits. And I was like, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, it got delayed. I was
That's
a little
weird.
confused.
Oh, huh.
But
To tie into The Boys?
I don't know why they moved it. It seems like it would be a good Halloween movie. I don't know what their thinking was.
I don't know.
I don't know. But it's a sequel to 2021 movie, so it's been a couple years.
Yep.
But
It's
yeah,
here
we'll
now.
have to see when Street Fighter comes out, which one is better. I mean, that one definitely seems like it has a lot of style and stuff. So
The trailer excited
kinda
me
promising.
more for Street
Yes,
Fighter. Like,
for
just
sure.
on first impressions, I was way more into Street Fighter, so we'll see where we net out on Mortal Kombat 2, I guess. Because there's actually no... This is the first Mortal Kombat 2. The other one's called Annihilation, so there's no way to get confused.
right.
So, the first ever
That's
Mortal
right.
Kombat 2 on Normies Like Us.
We're back. You're Normies Like Us. We're doing our special moves, shooting ice beams, saying things like, get over here.
Mm.
That's right.
Yes, this is our
famous catchphrase.
podcast spelled with a K this time.
Podcast. That's
Yes.
right.
My,
Yeah, I've got to change all the metadata now.
it's extreme.
It's so extreme. They had another movie like called Mortal Kombat Conquest, but they spelled it with a C, or it's like a TV show or something. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing here? we don't like that.
Wrong.
I did like
Right.
one thing from the Mortal Kombat 1 2021 when Cole's like, did you just make this? Like, you didn't even spell it right when she's talking about the tournament to him. And it's like, okay, wink, wink and nod, you know?
It's
Yeah.
it's my birth tattoo or whatever, birthmark.
Yeah, I hated the birthmarks and the arcanas. All that was not it.
It's my arcana.
Well, don't worry. That's not really a big part of this movie because, again, you could just go into this movie. You don't need to know anything about the last movie, except basically that Kung Lao died. That's kind of important, I guess. And Kano died.
Yeah, but
brought
they exposition that, you know, Liu Kang is like, oh, Kung Lao was murdered, or when they're explaining the tournament,
Yeah.
they kind of throw it out there. So there's enough to keep you up to speed. And I guess it might help to know who Bihan is. Watch the first 7 minutes of the other one, but you
Bihan.
could go in fairly blind. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess.
that's what
Even
Kenshi
when
does.
So they go back to the Raiden's temple or whatever, his sky temple. It's a different location than they were at in the first
Doesn't
movie.
matter. Doesn't
Oh
matter.
yeah, that doesn't matter. I didn't even think about that.
I don't know if it's supposed to be. A
Did it
different location,
Jacob, did
but
the first one look like it cost money? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
the
That's
first one they
very
were
true.
in some kind of like underground cave, and now they're in a sky temple.
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, this one we have, of course, all our favorite characters are back. Cole Combat,
Name them off.
Sonya, Blade, Jax, Raiden, Liu Kang. Like I
That's
mentioned,
right,
Kung Lao is dead. Died in the last movie, killed by
That's right.
Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung sucks
matter.
his soul.
Your soul is mine.
Yeah, yeah. Cabal loves it when he sucks their soul in that movie, famously.
That's right.
Flawless victory. Remember when Kung Lao says that in the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After he splits
Like, why did he
Natara,
say
yeah, that was crazy.
Here's what let's
yeah.
you guys kind of gave your first thoughts already. I want to go more in depth on them. I'm gonna kind of jump it on mine and say
Hmm.
I was very excited for this film. I was buying into the hype. I was super excited by the Carl Urban casting. That to me felt like a fucking long time coming. If you guys recall, with the first one, it ends with that poster of like Johnny
I'm going to
Cage
Hollywood.
and them being like, we gotta find like a cool guy. And yeah, basically them being like, let's get a real fucking hero in this story, right?
Yeah.
And The Boys is coming to an end. We've had this great Rider of Rohan in our lives for such a long time, sort of like sewn into the fabric of weird nerd stuff that it was like,
Yes.
what if he was the lead of Mortal Kombat? And I was like, that makes sense. Good looking dude, good body, Johnny Cage, absolutely. I was super excited with all the popcorn buckets, all the cool like dumbass tie-ins. Again, like Jacob saying, like we were all so harsh to that first one. This is like, again, my thinking, like rewatching that first one. I'm like, that was a COVID movie. We didn't get to have fun with it. I bet it didn't make a lot of movie, but like, I love James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, which is like the ultimate COVID movie that made like no money. So there is precedent to be like, I bet that thing's pretty good or whatever, right? So I'm like so built up in my head. Then we're going to do this episode on it. I know I'm going to go. And I go to the movies this weekend, and it's Mother's Day weekend, and I see The Sheep Detectives. I see The
This guy
Sheep
loves talking about the sheep
Detectives.
detectives.
Let
Yeah.
me tell you all about The Sheep Detectives. I have a delightful time of my life, crying my eyes out watching this beautiful movie. And then the next day, I'm telling myself, well, time to go see the movie that I'm quote unquote excited for, that I've got to do for the podcast. I gotta say, guys, I found this movie pretty fucking lackluster.
Wow, interesting. So what is it? Is it the choreography? Like this general story? I mean, Mortal Kombat story is going to be kind of garbage regardless, but
But it seems super fast forwarded, and that we'll talk about it. But literally, there's a scene where they appear and they're like, "You're Johnny Cage, get in." And he's like, "Why?" And he's like, "I don't know, just get in." And they're like, "Okay." And like the movie starts, and you're like, "Wow, this is crazy." And they fast forward through so much plotting that you're just like, "Okay, I guess that's cool." But the fights also don't look super good or exciting either. So it just seems like a big waste of time.
Wow, I do like that they're in
For
a rush.
me-
Like, come on, Carl Urban, we got a Mortal Kombat to do. Just don't even think about it. We gotta go. We gotta
Did you
go.
know that like we're 5 fights down in a 6-fight series, so you technically have to like get in like right now, my man.
Yeah.
He's
I would say like all
"What?
of the
chop.
all of the plot of both these movies is just really confusing, where they have to explain all this stuff. It's like, oh, if you lose 10 fights in a row, then you get taken over by the nether realm or the outworlds, right?
Outworld.
I don't want to like headline too much like crazy stuff. And I think these movies should be goofy. And I think a lot of like what we're going to talk about today is like how we're in like a video game renaissance where people are taking video games seriously, and like adaptations are like cool to do like whatever you want and be like big and bombastic and like vivacious and like really cool with your adaptations. But this is a movie where like Raiden the Thunder God is like, "Oh, my throat was slit," and like lightning is like shooting out of his throat, and the whole time I'm like, "What's happening?" Like I'm like not really like following in the audience, right? And he's like, "I guess I have to lay down because of my throat injury." You see, and I'm like, "That's crazy. You're like the god of lightning. Did you see your throat got slit? Like that's crazy."
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Well, here's what I'll say. Like
That's
up top, like I wasn't super looking forward to this movie. I was like, I tried to get back in the zone. I rewatched the last one, and I was like, well, this fucking sucks. I hated that movie. So
Well,
that did
can't be worse than this dog shit.
Yep.
Yeah. And I actually think like I'm not super high on this movie, but I do think it's better than the last movie. Just in that
It is. It
Yeah.
definitely is.
Mhm.
it's and to me this is the problem is like this should have been the first movie. Like you should have had Johnny Cage as the main character in the first movie and not Cole Combat. And just the inclusion of Johnny Cage and Katana, and I thought Katana's story was pretty interesting. And so those two characters already make it above the last movie for me. And so I'm not super high on it. I didn't think it was a great movie because again, there's a lot of plot stuff that I didn't really understand. It's just like stuff is just happening, but it's entertaining enough. The fights are, entertaining enough to watch that I just went with it, and I ended up liking it more than the last movie.
I'm happy that you found that, but I agree with you, and I'm on that path with you that of course it is definitely better than the last movie, but I wish this was a good movie. And you just brought up definitely what is my strongest weakness and like hatred for like marketing like current films, which is like this is not a Johnny Cage film. The star of this film is Katana.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is like they make a reference in the beginning of the movie when Johnny Cage is at the convention, right? And they're like, "Oh, you got to come do Mortal Kombat." And Raiden's in his getup. He's like, "Oh, that's a good Big Trouble in Little China." Because that's what inspired him. But that's what this is.
Right.
Like, Jack Burton is not the main character. Neither is Johnny Cage. He's nearby when important things are happening, but it's not his movie.
Oh, that's interesting.
So this is like that. Yeah, but because it's Katana's movie, Johnny Cage just happens to be around when important things are happening.
Yeah. And it's an ensemble. You have all the characters from the last movie, the Earth champions and everything. Now, Johnny Cage, it's interesting because, Johnny Cage in this movie, he's a washed up former action star, basically. When you meet him, he's at a convention. No one's going to his table to get autographs and stuff. So he's kind of a almost like a Steven Seagal type of, was big in the 90s.
Citizen Cage.
Yeah.
And I thought that stuff's silly. Like his punches were 3 feet away from the stuntmen when they did the Citizen Cage movie. It was very over the top.
Yeah. That's fun. The timing of it is interesting because you have Carl Urban, who is 53 years old. So if this movie was made 10 years ago, he would have been like an 80s action movie star, right? But because it's 2026, now he's like a 90s action movie star when kind of that genre was kind of dying out. And so it's sort of the end of that era. So it's interesting to set that. And he's doing these sort of old martial arts type movies. But it basically would have been an equivalent to like a Steven Seagal, where he's just making like straight to DVD type movies. But I just thought that was interesting because they're going with the old washed up actor angle for Johnny Cage when usually he's like a younger guy.
He's like at the peak of his stardom generally, right?
Yeah.
Like he's still
he's usually like a movie star. And to get an slightly older actor, Carl Urban, and again, we love Carl Urban, of course, on this podcast. He's one of our main guys. He's been in everything. He's been in Star Trek, Bones McCoy,
Lord of the Rings, AMR,
He's been in Marvel. He's been in the MCU.
Yeah, if he has short hair, it's sci-fi. If he has long hair, it's fantasy. Except this time, it's a short hair fantasy, a rare Carl Urban short hair fantasy movie. Yeah.
An Australian actor. So he's obviously in The Boys. He's doing a very heavy, sort of British hooligan accent.
Hold on.
I think it's New Zealand, right?
New Zealand. I'm sorry to all the New Zealanders out there.
Hold on.
Yes.
The butcher's voice, that's something an actor's doing. That's not how a natural person sounds. Are you sure?
I don't
about
believe
that?
Carl Urban in real life has that accent.
Oi, mate.
Yeah. I tell you,
wankers.
in this one, his New Zealand accent is like it's bubbling, like it wants to get out so bad.
Yeah,
it's very close.
Like an American accent in this, but yeah, it's like you can hear the New Zealand coming out.
I can call my
Kiwi.
agent right now and ask about you. I can really.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't feel great about hitting a girl. It's his McCoy voice, kind of. He is doing a little bit of a McCoy.
I'm an actor. All act. It is, Mike. You're kind
I'm
of
an actor, not a fighter.
McCoy.
Damn it.
Yeah, because that's his. It is his when he has to do like a frustrated, square talking guy. That is
normal
what he
guy,
calls.
normal American.
I'm a normal guy. Don't you see? I'm normal.
Jim,
he almost looks like a Jim Carrey.
Yeah, just a lower register.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, again, you said about the plot, the exposition, why they need Johnny Cage to be the 5th champion when he's this like washed up, over the hill actor. They don't really
He's been
explain
chosen.
that, to my knowledge. That
There's-
does he have the birthmark? He doesn't have his Arcana unlocked. Of course, we know that he doesn't have any powers at the beginning.
It's so important.
But where's his birthmark? Yeah.
That's not important anymore. In the games, actually, I think it's discovered that he's from like an ancient bloodline of great warriors, even though he's just an action star. Like he's part of a destiny, whatever. You know, the games don't have great plots either, so don't expect this story to blow your mind.
But that's what they did with the last movie with Cole Combat, where he's the descendant of Scorpion.
Cole Combat.
They did just run it back, huh? And it's another self-insert. What's going on over here? Who's that? Why does he have metal arms? You know,
right. But again, it's like they need a champion, and so they go with this guy that used to be in martial arts action movies in the 90s, but is now in his 50s. It's just like a weird choice to be like, this is the guy that we need to defend Earth. And
well,
he's the missing
technically,
piece.
he's like you said, he's a bench player. He's a backup. They didn't really want to use him. They just kind of ran out.
That's right. Yeah, it's because Kung Lao died, so they need a 5th champion to go into the tournament with.
Now, when I was a kid, there was the anime Dragon Ball, which we've talked about and some other anime kind of related episodes as sort of like the first Japanese cultural thing to sort of come our way, which featured a tournament. And it had the world's strongest fighter tournament. And it was literally anyone could enter. And no matter who you were in the world, it would create a bracket and you would face off. And no matter what, it would and it would be a huge arc and it would come down to one-on-one fight. Whoever won, you were the world's strongest person. As a kid, I was like, wow, that makes so much sense. Why don't we have that in the real world? And then I would see Mortal Kombat and I'd be like, right, a tournament.
They should fight to the death.
Why don't we have that? And then, of course, yes, the death element, I was like, I guess that's the one thing that you don't want to do. And then when Ultimate Fighter first started up, I don't know if you guys remember, but when it was first like truly like in the Octagon UFC, when it was guys like Tank Abbott, when they would go in wearing jeans and they'd be like, what's your fighting style? And it's like, I'm going to like kick him in the head as many times as I can.
Right.
The guy who is like, what's your fighting style? He's like, I'm a linebacker for the
jiu-jitsu.
Jets formerly. Like, I'm going to kill that guy. And it was like,
well, that was the
like,
original
mismatched weirdos. Like that's what it was, Jake.
And then they had like the real martial artists come in and be like, all right, we're going to beat up this guy in jean shorts.
Then it truly eventually became every guy will submit. You have to know Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
No, it's
you have to know how
all the
It's
grappling.
mixed martial arts. Yeah, you could be a kickboxer. You can be, but Brazilian jiu-jitsu, because it's so efficient, became sort of the dominant martial art for a lot of people. Yeah.
Well, and this is, you know, the min-maxing. Like, this is what Bruce Lee was doing with Jeet Kune Do. Is a little bit of this, a little bit of that. He invented mixed martial arts with the Jeet Kune Do because that's exactly what it was. Oh, a little bit of grappling, a little bit of, you know. So it just kind of gets synthesized to kickboxing and jiu-jitsu. That's what you need. If you want some Muay Thai, great. But when it was weirdos, you have a Taekwondo guy versus like a snatch wrestling Ken Shamrock.
Fantasy. I mean, you weren't going for like a full-on Goro as a kid, but you wanted a guy who was like, is that dude half giant?
This four-armed guy.
And they had like no weight classes.
So big. Like, you've never seen a guy that big, and he's going to fight a guy who they call like the Dragon, who's like a martial arts master. And as a kid, you were like, this is everything to me. Like, this is what I want to see, right?
That's
it was crazy.
Now it's too regulated, and
now it's nothing. Yeah. In its purest form, we need to get it back to Mortal Kombat.
Everyone should have a special power that they can use.
There should be able to be guys who emerge who are like, by the way, I can't shoot ice out of my hands.
That's what we need.
I've got metal robot arms.
Yes, I am a robot.
The regulation.
Good. You should compete. Is what I would say. He
All right.
should be allowed.
Right. So let me in defense of this movie because I think I'm maybe the highest on it. Again, is the plot perfect? No, you know, there's issues here and there. Like even the rules of the tournament. Sometimes it's just a 2v1, and that's legal. Like I don't know. Like sometimes it doesn't make sense.
Stuff happens.
But
it's like you'll just be called into your fight, and then
you get teleported in.
Fight whoever's in front of you.
Scary because you just fade away. You didn't fade away in the first one, right?
No, I think you had to.
Well, they didn't
walk
have their
to a
official
place.
tournament fights in the first one because it was
That's
all
right.
before the tournament.
That's right.
They were cheating.
Shang Tsung
forgot.
attacks
That's right.
their base or whatever.
Yeah, and then
they
they
would fight.
Yeah.
Bribe
yeah.
Kano to
Keep
take
going,
down the
Mike.
shield.
Yes.
But so, what does a good Mortal Kombat movie need to do? It needs to have a tournament. 2, have as many fights as possible, and 3, have interesting environments for those fights. And on those grounds,
Absolutely.
I think we're succeeding as a Mortal Kombat movie here.
Absolutely.
We get stages
the
from
fight-
the games. We get the pit. We get Portal. You know, we get like the acid room. Like,
and even
they're leaning in.
like, and they don't have to be big actors, because like even when like Lady Sindel is getting a fight in this, I'm like, really? You kind of seem to have like cast like a nobody to play her. I thought for sure she would just be in the background, but no, you seem to be fearlessly using every character you have shown.
and leaning into the
Well,
powers.
most of the actors are not big names in this movie.
No,
I
Australian
thought-
nobodies.
The locations were interesting, but I thought like, shouldn't there be like an audience if it's a tournament? Shouldn't there be like an audience watching? Because like all these fights are happening, like nobody's watching them. I just thought that was weird. Like they're in like an abandoned city or something at one
like-
point.
The Elder Gods are watching. Sometimes the arenas in the game wouldn't have spectators. Sometimes they would. It would depend on which level you selected. You know.
Okay.
I do want to bring up our second lead, Adeline Rudolph as Kitana. I think she's really good here. And, you know, shout out to her from our Resident Evil days, not just the Paul Thomas Anderson Resident Evil 2 Mortal Kombat connection, but she was on that Netflix show with Lance Reddick.
I didn't watch that.
I love that. Now,
Yeah.
here's the issue that they almost write themselves into, is that the teams don't see the matches. They could very easily write it
right.
so that
Nobody
like,
sees them.
the
There's a
teams see
portal.
each other, but instead, Sonya comes back and she's like, "Whew, you wouldn't believe the ass I had to kick." Everybody's like, "Yeah, go Sonya." But that's the otherwise, like she would just be dead. Like she would just like not come back, right?
Yeah, they're like at one point a character like, oh, he didn't come
Well,
back.
that's what happens
Guess he
with Mortal
lost.
Kombat.
right. Spoiler.
But, like,
Spoiler
think about
alert.
how much more, yes, but think about how much more interesting it would be. Like with Katana, we get this anyways when they circumvent it anyways, and literally have the Emperor just watch her fight and be like, "Finish him!" and she's like,
Yeah.
"No," and just like doesn't do it. Like he just comes and sees it anyways. Like they could just make it that both sides see the fights anyway.
You could have a scrying portal. We have magic here.
Yeah.
You could just,
Yes, of course.
Right.
yeah,
Oh, I'm too weak from my neck wound.
right.
My neck wound.
And then you get to cut the reaction shots of them like, oh no, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it
That's
could have
what
been
you
more
want
like
in
that.
every fighting movie. Is
Yeah.
the team going like, "She's got to hit him with this. That's her only way out."
her in
You
a
know,
body
like that's
bag.
like
Truly-
the thing to put her in a body bag.
Sensei Lawrence nervous at the sideline whether Tori's gonna win or
Right.
not. Like you need that element.
Put her in a fucking body bag, Jake.
Hell
That's
yeah.
so great.
But I want to ask you this,
Like,
Colin.
Yeah.
So we have Adeline Rudolph, like you mentioned. Now I'm looking at her past roles. She's been in some shows that Colin might know because, of course, Colin, huge Riverdale fan. Apparently, she was in Riverdale. I don't know if you remember her.
Was she a serpent or something? What name does it say? What's
Minerva
the
Marble.
biker gang? Minerva Marble. No,
She was in 5 episodes.
I read so many
And she
Archie
was-
comics. That's not a character I could easily pull, so that's scaring me. Yes, go
That's
ahead.
interesting. But she was also in The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Now, is
Oh,
that a show that you
interesting.
watch?
Okay,
With,
so there we go. So she is
The other with
yeah,
Jade, with Tati Gabrielle in
Agatha.
that too.
with
Tati
the Jade
Gabrielle,
girl.
which I'll
and
talk
of
about.
course our friend from Uncharted.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I do remember that. She is part of like a witch's coven. Then yes, I do.
She
remember
plays
these
Agatha.
Sure.
Agatha Harkness.
That,
Yeah, she's
no.
one of the cuckoos. The three of them.
Okay.
Got it.
So she's been in a couple things, not things that I've seen, but and like you said, the Resident Evil playing Billy Wesker.
That's right. A
Which
Western.
I did
talked
not
about
watch.
that show. I think we did an episode on it. Oddly,
We did.
You,
yeah.
you guys
me and
did a
Colin watched
Resident Evil
Just the
episode.
two
I
of
was
us.
busy
Yeah.
with something, and I'm not a big Resident Evil guy. Although we got a new movie coming out this year, that'll be fun.
I argued that it was a
So-
better Resident Evil property than most of the movies because it did have a normal house that turned out had weird shit in the basement. Like in its setup, it kind of was very
had
Resident
a
Evil.
Wesker.
Had 3 Weskers.
Had many Weskers.
Too many Weskers
Lance
is the name
Reddick,
of the sitcom.
R.I.P.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, that was
I
one of
love
his
him.
last big projects outside of like the John Wick universe stuff.
John
so
Wick.
yeah.
Ballerina, his last appearance in a
So
film,
rest
I
in
believe.
peace. But
Yeah, but Mortal Kombat. What was I gonna say? So yeah, we have Katana. We have the new villain of the movie, Shao Kahn. Now, again, this is something I found confusing because I know Shao Kahn is obviously an OG character from Mortal Kombat. The last movie really was building up Shang Tsung as the villain and his kind of group of villains that were fighting the good guys. And I must have missed something, but I thought like he was the emperor of the outer worlds or whatever. And because the whole movie was about him trying to take over Earth, because if they win, then they can take over Earth. And now all of a sudden there's this other guy, Shao Kahn, who's the emperor, and like Shang Tsung is working for him, and he's like, "Oh yes,
so
whatever you want."
I can
man."
break it down for you, right?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Shang Tsung is John Kreese, and then Shao Kahn is Terry Silver.
Okay, but he's the emperor of the outer realm, right?
Yeah, he's the man who's put
And
up all the money for Shang Tsung to go get the fighters. He kind of runs the show.
Okay.
Shang Tsung's his
Then he
lackey.
fights in the tournament also because he fights Cole Combat.
Yeah. He fights Katana's dad.
Yeah,
he fights
so
everybody.
There's a flashback to begin.
Oh, Jared?
Yeah, King Jared. This was weird.
Oh, King Jared, Mike?
Yeah, my favorite Mortal Kombat
Jared.
character.
Be strong, Katana.
Like we
Jared?
said, it's a Katana movie, so we flash back to when they're at their last chance to
That's the start
defeat
of the
Shao
movie.
Kahn. Yeah, it's the start of the movie.
Yeah.
So the setup is Shao Kahn defeats her father and takes over her realm, takes her mom to be his new
And her
bride.
mom,
Yeah.
well, her mom at first is like, "Now I'm gonna fight you" or whatever. And she's like, "Well, you better like kneel, or I'm gonna like kill everybody." And so then she
Right.
kneels, and this is when Katana's a little girl, so she's witnessing all this. And then he's like, "Guess what? You're my daughter now." Sort of a Thanos and Gamora situation.
She pulls the blue ribbon to tie her hair, and that's kind of her keepsake of her dad. But I thought you would like this opening fight. It's very Game of Thrones, the Mountain versus the Viper.
Very fantasy. You got King Jared.
Fast man, slow man. Yeah.
That's true. And he does get sort of the upper hand at one point, but the Shao Kahn is just too strong and
Finishes
breaks
him.
his arms or something and finishes him. Yeah.
Cuts his fingers off and murks
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
So he kind of takes over this realm, and then he kind of raises Katana as his daughter and trains her to be this crazy fighter and everything. But I was just confused with the first movie because the first movie did not have any of this, and it's like, okay, it's all about Shang Tsung and his guys, and they're gonna attack Raiden and his guys. And it's like I thought that that's sort of, and in the '90s movies, of course, Shang Tsung is generally the villain as well.
Yeah. They're doing it's Enter the Dragon. There's a tournament on an island, and we're going to infiltrate it and see what's going on. 3 guys on a boat,
Yes.
3 main characters on a boat. It's very much Enter the Dragon setup.
That's the plot that I like.
Fair.
That movie.
Well, but Shang Tsung's always a necromancer. He's always had
He's
this
a
sort of
dark wizard,
otherworldly
sorcerer.
role. What
Yeah.
gets more specified is how in control he is of this netherrealm element. And again, when I'm saying like the writing, when I'm saying I have issues with the writing, I don't think it is bad writing. Again, I don't really like the truncated nature with which they're going about things. I don't care about them being like, he's from the Netherrealms and she's the Princess of Iridia. I'm like, great. I don't like truly,
Iridia.
I don't need you to explain any of what the fuck
Well,
that
you
means.
see,
Like,
Colin,
that means nothing to me.
There's
You know what I
there's
mean?
different realms. There's
That's
the
great. And I'm
outer
like,
realm.
great. Like absolutely. I'm like, great. Like, just keep
Yeah.
going. Just keep going. Just keep going. Like, that is not my issue. The issue is the other stuff.
Yeah. And so Katana, I actually like Katana's storyline in this, and I agree.
I love
like,
this story. I think
yeah,
it's
her
great.
and Johnny Cage already make this movie way better than the last movie. And so I actually like that she is the main character, and her story the movie's based around her story and her rejection of her adoptive father, and like she's actually a good guy working for Raiden, basically.
I
sort
am
of a
your
double
dad
agent.
now. He
Yeah.
says,
Yeah,
as he
dude.
takes her.
Daddy's
I am your
home.
dad now. Okay.
Yeah.
He also makes her mom, who is Sindel, makes her some kind of like immortal zombie or something.
He
Yeah,
kills
yeah.
her. He kills her and then has the new necromancer,
Yeah.
Quan Chi.
Mike Quan Chi.
Who's this Voldemort looking motherfucker?
They drop a
Quan
lot
Chi.
of Warner Brothers names in this thing. We
Yes,
get-
they of course,
ton.
of course they do.
yeah,
But he has
yeah.
Quan Chi resurrect Sindel over and over, and then Emperor Shao Kahn says, "Now she knows the pleasures that being in the netherrealm brings to, you know, a woman like her or something, and she brings me those pleasures." And Tana's like, "That's great. Keep fucking my zombie mom. That's,
Yeah.
That's great, I guess.
Good for you, my man." Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Meanwhile, she has her bodyguard Jade, who trains with her, and that's Tati Gabrielle, who we've talked about on this podcast before.
With a jade stick, a stick of
Yes.
jade.
Mhm.
Right.
Watch out.
Yeah, we do a 20-year time skip, and we learn that the tournament's coming up. That's why she's training so much. Kitana's going to participate in the tournament on Shao Kahn's side, you know, but, you know, she clearly doesn't like him, but that's how we're positioned initially.
Yes.
She today gets gifted her signature.
Yeah, she
blade
didn't train with
That's
them.
great. You don't even know how to use these things, and you're gonna like take a shot at the big guy with this new weapon. That's crazy.
She's pretty
Yeah,
adept.
maybe
Yeah,
she had
Jade gives
other
her a
fans.
gift.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Now, Kitana, obviously a character from the games that I am aware of, but I always thought it was weird. Her name is Kitana, and yet her weapons are little blade fans that she uses, right? Not an actual katana.
Right, because
like
it's
a,
Kitana, not Katana. There's a distinction,
Oh.
yes.
Okay.
We have this interesting thing with the lore here, too, where we have this whole world of Mortal Kombat where there's a lot of, like, Asian influence, but it's just, like, white dudes in California. So you get something like a
Yeah,
Bihan or a
right.
Quan Chi. So it's not, like what is a Shin Riai dragon scorpion
guy
thing?
who
Right.
plays
Just a couple
Quan
of white guys
Chi.
making stuff
Let
up.
me just tell you, that's
Yeah.
a white dude, and I don't know what's going on with that performance.
So there's a lot of
Yeah.
suspension of disbelief with this universe, with what's going on. So Kitana, Katana, tomato, potato, I don't know. But yeah, she gets the fans from Jade and tournament day. But they later retconned, like, that the Sub-Zero's clan is, like, Chinese ninjas, and then Scorpion's clan is Japanese. Like, they eventually kind of sorted out.
Okay.
It's
It's funny to think about because
Sure.
again, Sub-Zero and Scorpion were originally like just palette swaps of each other, just different.
Yes.
Like there was the yellow ninja and the blue ninja, and then there was Reptile, the green ninja, who had a reptile face if you take off his mask, right?
That's right.
Um,
Ooh.
but now they're
Right.
totally different. But the Quan Chi actor is, I believe, the same actor that played Cabal in the last movie.
Who is the dirty
That-
rat guy, right? Yeah.
He's the gas
the
mask
what?
guy with the hook swords.
Yeah, he's the guy that has the mask on the whole time.
I like Kano.
I'm like a
he's-
wisecracking New York guy, Kano. What are you doing here? Yeah, I didn't like
I'm the
Cabal.
Kano on the villain team until
He was
Correct.
part of
gets you.
Kano's Black Dragon
Yeah.
Assassins group or whatever.
That's right.
Yeah.
What killers we are. We should say so real quick. Simon McQuoid.
Yeah.
Simon McQuoid. I don't know how to say
Simon
that
McQuoid.
stupid last name.
Oh, the director.
He's
But,
Australian. Yeah.
Australian director. These films are shot in Australia. He was a commercial director. He was picked up by Atomic Monster, which is a production company by James Wan, obviously also an Australian filmmaker, works with WB. So this is him sort of getting his big chance. The only films he has directed are Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 2.
Yes.
Wow, interesting.
So that was his big breakout in Mortal Kombat in 2021. And yeah, so now he's doing this one.
Did we catch the creator
Should he
cameo?
keep making these movies?
Well, whatever.
No. What? Oh, he's the bartender.
Boone.
Correct.
Yes.
Ed Boon's the
The
bartender.
voice of the guy who says, "Get over here."
Yep, correct.
Right.
But he was more heavily involved creatively. So I think him and this director who did one other thing. So there's a lot more of Ed Boon influence on what
Okay.
they were going to do with this one. Yeah, that definitely shows.
And like you said, it seems like they took the criticisms of the last movie and they're like, okay, let's fix this and let's give it sort of what the
Mortal
fans
Kombat
want.
sucks. Why do we do that?
Yo,
Yeah.
all right.
I will say
Then
I
there's-
liked in
Mhm.
the last movie Scorpion, who mainly speaks in Japanese, but then at one time he will say his catchphrase, "Get over here," in a completely different voice.
That's right. He will.
In English, classic moment.
There's
But yeah, Mike.
God bless.
No, the web series, the live action one, there was a flashback to Scorpion's youth, and like when he was a kid, his father would say, "Get over here." So in that universe, anytime he uses his catchphrase, he's trying to heal like childhood trauma. Very silly.
Sure.
But he'll speak the one English line he knows again in this movie for sure. We're gonna get that. But I want to shout out Louis Tan, bro. Like the amount of heat that's on you, and you still showed up to work, bro. Like respect. Everybody hates you, and you know
have
it.
to like.
The main
So like
character. of
you
last
get the
movie.
script,
Yeah.
like so it's
Yeah.
the same director, it's the same writer, it's the same producers, and they go, Lewis,
What didn't people like about the last movie?
Lewis,
Basically, you.
it's so nice to see you. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. So remember how you're the lead of this franchise? We have a new idea. We actually got a real actor who's interested in being in these films, and he said that we should follow exactly what Jacob just said. The fans will and destroy you on film, which is all they begged us for. What?
Yeah.
They want to kill my dumbass loser character who's not even in the video games? Are
It's
you
all
sure?
about family, Colin.
No, it says it
Protecting his
actually.
family.
Hey, guess what, Hollywood? Every day when I go out there, I'm doing it for a family I might not go back to.
Yo, yeah. As soon as he said that,
Yeah.
but it's like
That's great, my
So
man.
essentially, he's regulated to standing in the background and
Saying
then
that occasionally every, what do you think, 20 lines? He just goes,
Yeah.
but my family.
doing this for my family. Yeah.
and then his one moment is he gets to fight in the tournament against Shao
He
Kahn.
gets- You get the rate, you get like a spiritual, golf ball that comes out, and it's like numbers matching up 1 and 1, and if you get that, you fight a guy, and you're like, oh great, I got like the cheetah dude, or like a real person. I got Katana, or somebody. You're like, ooh, hopefully I win this. You get the Emperor,
Yeah.
who's like the
Who's, like,
size
way
of the
more
Hulk,
powerful than you.
like a hammer that's like larger than your entire being.
Yes.
He's like invincible.
He's like, I'm an unstoppable god that's causing these fights to occur. You're like,
And you're a guy
"Oh,
that has like body armor.
You have
but my Arcana,
Black Panther suit. Yeah.
I'm the hero of this franchise, though, so I'll have main character energy. You'll see.
Look at my
Yeah.
tonfa.
Again,
Beware.
My little
The-
Tonfa.
the main character of the last movie. We cannot overstate that he is
The
the
hero.
hero
Cole
of
Young.
the last movie. It starts with him. You see his family. You see
You're
his
the chosen
struggle
one.
and everything. He is the Johnny
defeat
Cage,
Goro.
basically.
He 1v1's Goro day one.
1v1's
1v1's
Goro, my
Goro.
guy. We could
And he
all
unlocks
Put
be
Lots
some
of
respect
Arcana.
on his name.
And now here he is, standing in the back with Jax and Sonya.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
what a
And
fall.
spoiler, like, we're gonna jump around this. It's Mortal Kombat. Who cares, really? There's a tournament and there's fights. So when he fights Shao Kahn, it's like, oh, not only do they want you dead, they want you dissolved in a vat of acid to never return, no matter what happens.
Cold Combat will never come
My
back.
guy, in round 1, you're facing Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Like, it's over for you. Like, you have no, like, I would turn to everybody I know as I was being transported away and be like, well, not this guy. Like, no, obviously, I'm not going to come back from this guy.
Yeah, the randomizer
And
really
again, the
cooked
last
him.
movie, the whole point of the last movie is you see a flashback to Sub-Zero and Scorpion, and you see their origins, and you see that essentially Scorpion's line lives on through all these generations.
He gets
and
his ass
now
bailed out.
His entire clan gets killed
Yeah.
except for one baby that is hidden that Raiden rescues, and that is
Right.
the descendant of Cole Combat. Yeah.
Yes, aka Cole Young, which if you didn't know, that's his real last name, Cole Young. So he is a direct descendant of Scorpion, and that's a major part of the last movie. Again, you have Hiroyuki Sanada as Scorpion, who's sort of an immortal zombie ninja now.
Yeah.
That he can come back from hell and fight Sub-Zero.
He
Dude, what?
he lives in the netherrealm.
Protect his ancestor.
And
I
I'm
guess, in the
excited,
last movie.
and we're jumping around, but I'm excited for when we get to this part for Mike to be like, oh, and by the way, this is the reason they go to hell for this part. I'll be like, I could not
Great.
tell. I can't remember for even a moment what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Right.
Cole Combat,
Yeah.
you know, you showed up to work. You knew that everybody hated your character.
That's right.
Respect the work ethic, but he did
So
technically. He beat Shao Kahn. It's just if he wasn't immortal, like he slits his throat and everything. If there wasn't the immortality, he
Right.
would have gotten the W. So you
not
almost
really a
had it,
fair
buddy.
fight.
Bro,
Yeah.
he's Mike. He just saw his godlike entity get his throat slit, and he's like, "Oh, that's a game changer. These fucking immortals
Yo.
can get their throats slit.
He
I'll
learned.
just do a quick.
Right.
Well, remember, yeah, Katana's
Yeah,
dad
he was
says,
like,
"Be
no,
brave
no,
up
no,
here."
no.
I have
It's so-
anti-throat slit.
Basically, the difference between like Sonya being like, yeah, I get to fight Sindel, who I beat very easily,
And
and he gets to fight Shao Kahn, the immortal God Emperor. Doesn't seem fair.
Right, because that's the reason they slit Raiden's throat. They resurrect Kung Lao, and they go and slit Raiden's throat to absorb the energy into the amulet, so that can make
The
Shao
amulet.
Kahn invincible.
We need the
That's
amulet,
thing.
Kano.
This is
That's
crazy.
the MacGuffin of this movie.
Why
is this
does he
amulet.
have this? Oi! I know why you resurrected me. Let me check my pockets here.
Yeah,
What do we got? What do we
well-
got? What do we got? Digga, 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 digga.
Like they literally could have
Obviously,
just searched
he
his pockets.
Stole it from Raiden in the last movie because Raiden had it in his hideout in the last movie, and Kano at some point
My
steals it because
pocket.
Kano is a bad guy who does bad guy
Hand me
stuff.
another throat lozenge. Will I tell you how Kano was rifling through my sock drawer? What? You're God. What did you let this guy who shoots a laser out of his face steal from you? What are you talking about?
He had the tattoo.
and
he
then
had the
so
mark.
Kung Lao, who was killed in the last movie, as we mentioned, also comes back, presumably because he's resurrected by this necromancer.
I'm
But he's evil
also
now.
evil and turned on like Sindel
So-
is. I'm like a bad boy.
All of this is game accurate. There's points where
Yep.
they're killed and resurrected as revenants. So this is all shit from the game. It doesn't make sense in the game either.
Oh, yeah.
So like whatever. Yeah, just go with
This
it.
But
rules.
Liu Kang
I'm in
Kang's
for
whole
all-
arc is basically like, my brother, I'm going to like find a way to save you and like basically make you a good guy
Yep.
again.
And guess
Mhm.
what?
The next-
Fucking guess what? Quick cut ahead, guys, to the coolest fucking moment in this movie is the fucking fatality, the Liu Kang fucking fatality where he pulls
Kung Lao.
fucking Kung Lao onto his own thing by tugging on his wrist real hard and like dicing him up. It's the
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
Yeah.
best, dude. It rules.
Yeah.
That's my
but
favorite
Kung
fight.
Lao,
It's on
that is
Portal
good.
from
It's
Mortal
really
Kombat
good.
2. You got that blue vortex in the background. Like that's the most video game ass shit. Like I really like that fight.
definitely.
The fire
Definitely.
powers are really well done.
Yeah,
NetherRealm.
Shout out to Ludi Lin as Liu Kang. He's really good in this one.
Ludi Lin rules, dude. He's a great actor.
He's a sick Liu
Yeah,
Kang.
I
It's
do
not
like
easy
him.
to live up to Robin Shu, but he's a good
He's
second.
ripped.
Mhm.
And I like the Kung Lao actor too, especially. I mean, I remember him in the last movie; he was good. He's not in this movie as much, except for this fight. And he shows up, and he's the one that cuts Raiden's throat with his hat. That he, his famous razor hat that he uses.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
And
Max
that's
Wong.
to release
Shout out.
Raiden's energy or soul, so that it goes into the
If
amulet. and
you so
then
real
the
quick,
amulet makes you invincible.
Invincible, yeah.
the idea of Arcana, that Arcana can be a thing versus a
It can be
power.
anything called.
That like
Yeah.
Jacob is shooting ice out of his hands, Mike has laser vision out of his eyes, and then mine is like, and you have a Mazda. I'm like, what did you just say? They're like, the Mazda's always with you. You can control the Mazda. I'd be like, what are you talking about? What
I do with
with
this.
a car? What do you
Kung
what
Lao's hat
hat?
is kind
I'm
of
just gonna frisbee. Well, this
iconic.
movie.
from the
Yeah.
Yes, it
games,
is.
and that like when I first saw that in the games, I was like, "That's insane!" That they invented like basically a sombrero that has a razor edge
The
that goes all around it.
Way that they
Incredible.
visualize it in this film is fucking dope as hell. It fucking rules the trick.
The super odd job. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was thinking about Cap Shield and how much cooler this is than Cap Shield.
if Cap Shield had like saw blades on the outside of it,
U.S. agent should have done that. Just put some saw blades, chainsaw wrap
Like
around there.
true, like
Chop some
bib,
motherfuckers in half.
biblically accurate Captain America, who when he throws his shield at you, you like the top of you is just wiped out because he's like so strong that he just like obliterates people.
That's
Yeah.
true. It's like he's always holding back, like
Yeah.
Spider-Man kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what we need.
And I
Yeah.
like that Kung Lao can make his hat like spin like it's a table saw, and then he can
And he
just,
can
cut
recall
people
it.
in half.
It's
Yeah.
so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of the fight is them dodging this hat while they're interlocked in like different martial arts stuff, and Liu Kang's doing his fire pose with his knee up straight out of the game. Like, you love to see it. So that's definitely my favorite fight, and he does defeat Kung Lao
Oh,
by
the
allowing himself to
dragon.
get punched, and boom, pulls him onto the hat.
He
That
basically
was a good
says, "I'm
fatality.
sorry, brother," but it's sort of leading to the next movie, I guess, if we get a Mortal Kombat 3, which will be about Liu Kang trying to save Kung Lao. So,
Yeah,
Which
but
we
I
can talk
guess
about at the end, but we won't be getting based on the box office of this.
You don't
film
think so?
already,
Unfortunately, it's not
No,
doing great.
unfortunately
Oh.
not.
No?
So,
The problem
No.
is, Devil Wears Prada, and it's R-rated, and the game is
I
not
thought it was the number
available
one
in
movie
several of the
of the
markets.
weekend, though.
it lost.
And
Even Sheep's Detective like tied it, dog.
That's all the Collins of the world going to see the Sheep's Detective.
and like
The
I
Sheep
said,
Detectives.
globally, the game isn't technically available in every country that the movie is playing, so there's not an audience of the game. Like in Japan, it's like too violent of a game, I think, and like other countries,
Yep.
so they have no idea
That's
who
what's
these characters
interesting.
are.
That's
Is that it's such
crazy.
an American phenomenon, and like you said, Street Fighter is the Japanese, and Tekken as well. I think Tekken is also like one of the
Yeah,
big
yeah, yeah.
fighting
But
franchises.
Street Fighter's the king.
That
Well, king of fighters.
that
you know
Mortal
what I mean?
Kombat doesn't have it is the King of Fighters. That Mortal Kombat doesn't have a Street Fighter level lore thing, Mike. Like boxer dictator claw. You know how that changes based on
Oh
the
yeah,
region.
Balrog Bison
It's
and
so
Vega.
sad that it's so Americanized that it's like, no, only we know who Liu Kang is. That's gibberish to other countries. You're like,
But
no, it's
that's-
Yeah.
gibberish to us. True, trust us.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make any sense to us either.
Is a
That's
Ling
what's so
Kuei a
funny
word?
about Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat is that it's an American game, but it has all these like Asian characters and influences. But it was again just like a couple of white guys making stuff up, so it doesn't really make any sense.
So it has this goofiness about it, but yeah, so it's not as big overseas. Regardless, that's impacting the performance of this movie too, unfortunately.
Let's do
But,
that.
you know.
Maybe it'll do better in its second weekend.
But let's walk
I
it
thought it
back
was
to
competing, like it was doing better than Devil Wears Prada 2 in terms of box office, but that was also Devil Wears Prada was in its second weekend, I think. So
The worst part is crushing, dog. It's making so much money.
damn.
people like the first movie.
They
I
decided
loved
to-
it.
I've never seen either one, but
I'll tell you this: what's bombing
I like
though,
the
that
band.
fucking James Cameron Billie Eilish documentary.
right, yeah.
I didn't even
Really
know that was
bombing.
a thing. Oh.
Why would he direct that? Did she
Um,
have a concert on the ocean? Anyway, I'll walk it back to round
Yeah, she's-
one because
She
I
did
wanna-
a live show in Pandora.
yes, with the Navi, as a Navi. But no.
Pandora, one of the realms.
One of the oh my goodness, yes.
I wish.
Well, we're going to get into an isekai scenario because we do get Johnny Cage saying, I'm not going to fight. I don't want to go into the mulcher, right? And he walks away, but he can still get pulled in by the gods anyway. And he gets pulled into round one.
Right.
So round one is Johnny versus Kitana
Huh?
and
I'm
Sonya
not gonna
versus...
fight a girl.
yeah, not going to hit a girl.
Well, again, this is what you're saying.
Sindel.
It feels rushed because it's like, oh, we got Johnny Cage. Let's bring him back to the Sky Temple. We got to train you or whatever. No, I'm not going to do this. Like, I don't want to do this. I'm going home. Okay, you can go home. Goes home. Immediately gets called into a fight. It's like,
yeah.
I thought I declined this. Like, I don't want to do this. He's just drinking in a bar, has to fight Katana. It's like it all feels very rushed because like there's
We're doing a
the
Mortal
setup
Kombat.
is-
Just go. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get to the fight.
Yeah, he does no training, does not unlock his arcana or anything, and is just pulled into this fight with Katana where he basically gets his ass kicked.
He's running away for a lot of it. He is getting his
yeah.
ass kicked, but I like some of the use of her fans to like lodge into a wall and climb onto the roof. And
Yes, I thought this fight was good with the wire effects and stuff.
no,
Really?
yeah, And I thought the best part was the very end when Shao Kahn says finish him, and he's literally doing the stumbling, dizzy animation, and she doesn't, and he just
Yeah.
falls back like you do in the game. Like that was very like, oh shit, they did the thing. You know, it's fan service,
Yeah,
but
when
I
you
liked
refuse
it.
to finish him, and you just let the round end.
They just fall over, and they did exactly that.
Love
Yeah.
that homage. I kind of thought all Carl Urban fights were the weakest fights.
Ooh,
Well, it's interesting to have obviously a guy who's, like I said, 53 years old, not really an action star in that he's not like a martial artist or anything. So he's doing his best, but it's still like a 53-year-old man. I assume he's not doing all of the
yeah,
stunts.
it's a
obviously,
stunt
but
man, and
yeah,
like there's not a lot of choreography in The Boys. It's like cowboy punches and stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. He
yeah.
did that show on Fox where it was him and a robot solving robot crimes, kind of like Blade Runner.
Whoa,
Remember?
Oh
no. What's that called? That's interesting.
I remember
But,
what it's called, but it's I remember a lot of commercials being him running it like top speed, Tom Cruise running.
Cruise
and
in
being
it.
like, yeah, good for you, Carl Urban. You're trying it.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, he was in Dread. Great movie, Dread.
Oh yeah.
I think Carl Urban is sort of a Normies Like Us all-star
I think
Yes.
so.
in that he's in
Ugh.
so many nerd franchises, Lord of the Rings, MCU,
He
Star
deserves
Trek,
this.
The
I said
Boys.
it up top. He
Yeah.
deserves great success with this film. I just don't understand why it's not a fit for me. I didn't believe for a second kind of any of him in this movie, unfortunately.
That's fair. Okay.
Oh.
But he takes the L, and then we have Sindel, and we talked about this briefly. Sindel and Sonya, they have this Sonic Wave versus Purple Beam in the pit. You know, some of that's kind of cool.
Right.
Big
And that's a
fan.
location from the
fucking
game, right?
rules. It's
Yeah.
oh,
Even I knew that.
absolutely.
This-
You could get uppercutted, you'd go all the way down and get spiked up. It fucking
Right.
rules.
Yeah. So they're just fighting in the bottom of the pit stage, unfortunately. But, you know, it's kind of cool using the sound powers. That was fine. And then they're like, Johnny, dude, why are you still alive? It's like, she didn't kill me. And then she shows up after going into the portal and is like, yo, what's up? I'm one of the good guys. And Raiden's kind of...
Yeah.
I'm a mole.
Well, we know that
You
Raiden
couldn't have
gave her
told
this
me.
necklace
I had to
that
make it look real.
Yeah, that's right.
Excuse me.
adds a-
Excuse me, Jacob. Jared gives her the necklace from
King-
Lord Raiden
King
and
Jared.
says, "This is a gift from
King
Lord
Jared.
Raiden. I'm King Jared."
If anything
Right,
happens to
you're
me,
right.
Raiden is
Okay.
listening. Yeah, yeah.
That's nice.
So she has the ability to travel to the
Love.
Earth realm using Raiden's lightning powers, and so she goes and she's like, "Guess what? I'm working for you guys. I didn't kill Johnny Cage, but we got to stop, my dad."
She truly has a moment where she's like, "Is his throat slit? I can tell. My amulet's weakening." I'm like,
Oh,
"What?
right. That's true.
What are you talking about?"
Yeah. But
Um,
so I guess, yeah, we're all over. But yeah, they bring Kano back to life when they could have just checked his pocket
Hard to
because they
remember.
need the amulet, which he has. And there's a nice bit where he's like, you got to make me an eyeball, make sure it shoots a laser, you know?
because if you remember in the last movie, Sonya kills Kano by stabbing him in the eye with that trophy. or
Garden
whatever.
gnome.
Garden gnome.
At her
and so
trailer,
his-
yeah.
That's right. They
That's
fight in her
right, that's
trailer.
right.
That's a really cool.
I hate
fight.
garden gnomes.
Yeah.
And Kano is the best part of the last movie because he's just cracking
Absolutely.
wise constantly.
He gets his arcana from being racist towards Kung Lao and all the others. Pass me a fucking egg roll.
Yeah, fucking laser eye. It's way
Yeah.
better than fucking fireballs.
You pussy.
Shout out to
It's
Josh,
So good.
Josh Lawson, who is this actor. The Lawson
Yes.
brothers, there's a couple of these guys. They're almost kind of their own Helmsworths, but we've seen him do a couple things. And he played in a TV movie. I want to shout this out. Paul Hogan, the Crocodile Hunter. He was
Oh,
in
shit.
his unauthorized biography called
Crocodile Dundee?
Hogs.
No.
Hogs, the Paul Hogan story.
Oh.
Nice.
Or I'm sorry, yes, Crocodile Dundee, not the Crocodile Hunter. I'm sorry, two different people, of course. Yes,
Dundee, right,
Crocodile
right.
Dundee.
Right.
But yeah, he made the first movie watchable. So we get him in the
yeah.
beginning here. And
We love
like,
him.
there's no reason for him to be back. All they had to do was look in his pocket, but they
I'm the
knew
Black Dragon.
what the fans wanted. So they said, fuck it, he's
Fucking
alive.
dead, mate.
Well, it's like we have this necromancer. Why don't
All,
we use him? to
all
bring
the other
Kano back?
characters get resurrected, and they're like, "I'm a weird sycophant now. I feel
Yep.
crazy." Kano gets
Yeah.
resurrected. He's like, "What the
He's the
fuck?
same.
This is weird. Oh, Kano, this is crazy. I'm gonna double cross your mates. And he like is up to like so much mischief.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is great.
I love that they just let him have free roam of the palace too. They're like, we're not going to keep an eye on this guy.
No, he's good.
Literally, like you said, they resurrect him only because they need the amulet that he
They're
stole.
like,
from
where is
Raiden.
it? I got it right here.
It's in my pocket.
Like, let me look in my pocket. Like truly, all they had to do is be like, just look at his wallet for
Search
like
his
2
body.
seconds
Yeah.
before we resurrect
Yeah.
him. See if he has any cash on him.
Exactly, man.
But
so
he is a good character in that he just switches sides constantly. In the first movie, he starts as a good guy. He's one of the Earth champions, and then he betrays Earth and joins the bad guys. And then in this movie, he's working for the bad guys, and then he's like, I kind of want to work for the good guys now.
Why does he switch sides?
Well, basically,
Oh,
I think he's like,
yeah.
I don't want Shao Kahn to like take over the world because that seems like it would kind of suck. And I like, I like Earth things, and I don't want the world to be like shitty and bad.
Yeah, he's like, I like chicks, I like drinking, I like rum and coke, or just rum, or just coke. Like he's like, I want Earth shit, dude.
Yeah.
This place is lame.
It's like I've seen the Outer Realm; it kind of sucks.
yeah. He's pulling a cipher. Like ignorance is bliss. Like I want the juicy steak.
Yeah. So, but I do like when he's like, "You got to grow me a new eye, mate," and then the necromancer like makes him a new eye. And he's like, "You could have done that like the whole time."
Don't throw it on the
And he
floor.
has
And he
to
has
shoot
like,
Not
lasers
now.
You don't have to do it right now. I meant, but
Then he goes, "Don't throw it."
yeah. Kano's the best part of this movie
Don't throw it.
again.
The scene is like 5 minutes long because they just keep letting him have a little line. It's really good.
And like the
I
necromancer,
didn't mean that now.
Quan Chi makes the eyeball basically just because he was annoying him. He's like, just shut up, just shut up, just shut up.
Just to show
better
him he
shoot
can do
lasers
it.
too.
yeah. He's
He
so
does.
so good.
He tested by putting his hand up and putting a laser out. I would never shoot a laser at myself.
Yeah, fair. But yeah, so he'll be running around later. Round 2, we get Cole Combat against Shao Kahn, and then I think that's Liu Kang and Kung Lao back from the dead. We talked about those.
He smashes
then
his head with a hammer. Cool
he
combat.
smashes his head with a hammer and then pushes him like a broom into the acid pit, like so indignantly.
Mike, he does a little chuckle to himself and goes, ha 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 ha. And he like really is like, fuck this guy. I'm making sure he never comes back.
Yeah,
Combat
like
died on his way back to his home planet.
I heard you've got a family. Guess what? No
Yep.
more.
yeah, they
That's what I was thinking about. Like now,
destroyed the body.
his daughter would be the
I know
last
what Dad's
descendant
up
of
to.
oh yeah,
Scorpion.
that's
So
true.
is
Now
his daughter going to become a champion now?
we're gonna get a Cassie Cage movie eventually, probably too.
Mom, do you think it's weird that I have this dragon birthmark suddenly on my forehead?
Yeah. Do they send word to the family? Shao Kahn murdered your husband with a hammer and pushed him into an acid vat. Our
What do you think
condolences.
Shao Kahn's up to, honey?
Did you think Shao Kahn was going to
I don't
beat
know.
Dad in the Mortal Kombat tournament? Yeah, I don't know that whole
He
situation.
does have that line before where he's like, I know every day I could never come back to my family. And then
Every
he
time I walk
immediately
out.
dies. And
It's my last day on the
Come back to
force.
the
I'm
family.
retiring.
Got the upper hand. Throat slit.
Yep.
So RIP to Cole Combat.
You will be not missed. But then we get our
Yeah,
side
we
quest.
still have
We're like,
Jack.
well, shit. We got to get in there and steal the amulet because he's invincible. He just killed our best friend Cole Combat, but only the Barakas know the secret tunnel for maintenance because they're like
This-
slaves. So then they have to go talk to
This
Baraka.
felt like such a tacked on reason of like, we need Baraka in this movie somehow. How can we get him into the movie? Oh, they need to use the side
So-
entrance because that's only the Baraka people can use the side entrance because they're
So-
like the servants, right?
What
Yeah.
does this amount to? But they're also kind of like, and our army will help you or something, right? That never happens, right?
No.
No, they just go to the Baraka planet or whatever and are like,
And so-
okay, we're gonna talk to you.
The Barakas aren't gonna fight, and instead Johnny Cage is like, "You'll fight my boy Liu Kang because you guys are pussies." And Baraka's like, "What'd you
I wanna
say?"
fight
And Liu
you.
Kang's like, "Oh yeah, and yeah." Like Jacob said, they're like, "I want to fight you," and Johnny Cage is like, "Me? Whoa!"
Hollywood
But
negotiating.
then he
yep.
wins them over just by being
But by this
like
point,
a cool
I'm
guy.
still
I
like,
guess.
It
Yeah.
seems like we're pretty far into this movie. This is still his arc. I'm like, you fast forwarded, but you've also elongated. I'm like, why are we still dealing with this then? Like, just get him on board
Yeah.
ASAP then.
But, like, his whole thing is like he wins them over by his personality, and Brock is just like, I love this guy. He's like a great fighter, I guess.
He hit my balls. This guy's great.
And he's doing the weird arm movements. I think he's like doing. He puts on the sunglasses and becomes Johnny fucking Cage. So he's doing stunt fighting instead of real
Yeah.
fighting. And Brock has never seen anything like
Redoing the
Hollywood
scene
stunt
from the
fighting.
movie we saw
Yeah.
before, yeah.
So I just think it blows his mind. Like, this
Blowing his
guy's
mind.
crazy.
Yeah.
Sonia says, "You're an actor, act," and that's when Johnny puts it together. What does that mean? What is he putting together in that moment?
He's just
gotta
trying
act.
to.
He's got to become
be in
Johnny
his-
fucking Cage.
He's being his movie character. You know, I don't know, but I do
Yeah.
think it's funny when like he's like, I'm an actor, not a fighter. I'm gonna fucking die. And like, yeah, you're probably gonna fucking die. Again, good luck. Like you're done.
Yeah. Oh, you're definitely about to die.
But I like this
so we have
Baraka liking
Baraka.
Johnny Cage. I thought that was fun. By the time,
Yeah.
teach me your ways. But,
And all
you
the
know,
Baraka people are like, yeah, you get to like train the little Barakas now.
because you're the greatest warrior. They love him. So
They got fucked
Yeah.
up little faces. When he's running away, he sees them and he goes, "Oh!"
I like that beat too when he sees him and he's like, oh shit, and then he goes behind the curtain. He gives him the shh, and then you know what's gonna happen as
Yeah.
soon as Baraka walks in. They just
And then he just goes, "Traitors!" Yeah, he gets his ass
Yep.
kicked.
Why would they help you?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I like some of that stuff. It's
Really
good for
funny.
me. But he agrees
Yeah.
to take them into the side tunnel up to the door. We get to see him murk some NPCs with his powers because we haven't gotten to see Baraka murk anybody. So he takes out some NPCs.
Right.
He's like, all right, see you later,
Yeah.
Johnny Cage.
He's got the big mouth. You know, he's got the teeth. He's got it going on.
I was a Baraka for Halloween once. I was a reptile and a Baraka once. I got
Oh.
this crazy goblin mask thing.
cool.
And then I taped the plastic scythes, just the ends of them, the scythe blades for Halloween. So I had to
Oh.
DIY a Baraka thing. I was like, how do I get arm blades? But
That's cool.
anyway. So I like seeing him.
Do you guys have a favorite character? Is Baraka's yours, Mike?
Reptile. And I was upset at how they did him dirty in the first movie of this, 2021.
Wow,
Yeah.
I forgot he was.
I don't
even
like
in
lizard
the- in the
reptile.
movie.
I forgot he
Yeah.
was in it too. Yeah,
Kano
No,
rips
he's
his
supposed to
heart
be
out.
a green ninja version of the other two, and then if you take
like
his mask off, then he's got a reptile head underneath.
Yeah, I like
the
that.
lizard version.
I don't like full
Kind of like how
lizard mode.
Scorpion, you can take his mask off, and he's like a skeleton who can breathe
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, no.
Jacob, do you have a favorite character?
It's not like a very interesting answer, but I always liked Scorpion, and I always would play a Scorpion.
Scorpion's the
Sub-Zero.
mascot.
That is
Is that your
Yeah.
answer?
Scorpion is also my answer. Yeah.
I told the story, but it's last cousin in the
over here.
room, syndrome. Like the older cousins already
Yeah.
picked Scorpion and Sub-Zero, so I was like, well, I guess I'll be Reptile.
Right. I guess I'll be a
Oh,
reptile.
absolutely. And then my brother and I, every Halloween, I would do Scorpion, he would do Sub-Zero. I mean, it was like the
That's cool.
easiest costumes to pull
course.
off ever.
I
Yeah,
was so when for Halloween as a kid, I was just a generic ninja like 4 or 5 times.
That's
I
dog.
would just be a ninja.
Are you
every
Mortal
year.
Kombat?
You believe how many other podcasts I've heard people our age say that exact phrase? Because just the idea of
Because ninjas were so big in
Ninja
the 90s.
was just
Yeah.
like I just had a plastic sword. I could just go out, even as a teenager,
Right.
you could just whack people with it and like fuck around and do shit. Like absolutely.
I was literally a ninja or the Red Power Ranger for like most of my childhood.
Sure.
I wasn't very
Yeah.
creative, I guess, in picking new costumes.
But I was a Ninja Turtle like 5 years in a row, Donatello. So Ninja adjacent too. So
There you go.
Colin and
So
I
at least
went
7
into
years.
Turtles one year, not as
Yeah.
kids. This was post college, but
Adults.
yeah.
right.
But we had a four squad of ninjas. It was great.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I guess briefly speaking, in Ninja Turtles,
Ninja
we did
Turtles.
have a Jax and Jade fight at one point too with her bow staff, and that's fun enough. I guess the Jax,
Yeah,
and he
Jax
lets
is
her
also in
live.
this
Your
movie.
friend let one of ours live. We're even.
I think it's expanded to not only does the Mortal Kombat games have weird spin-off characters like Omni-Man and Homelander, I believe the Injustice games have Hellboy and the Ninja Turtles.
The Ninja Turtles are in some NetherRealms game for sure. Yeah, wild.
Yeah.
So you
I
can
like
recreate
the
Turtles versus
crossovers.
Batman.
I love them,
Yeah.
Jacob. I love them.
No, that's very fun.
Absolutely.
like you said, yeah, Jax fights Jade, and Jade's arc in this movie is basically like she's friends with Katana, but also is like conflicted because she works for Shao Kahn, and then Katana's like, no, be like you should be a good guy with us, and she's like, I don't know, and then eventually
Why?
she's a good guy.
That's right, yeah, because she rats
Right.
on Kitana with 2 guards, who I'm sure Kitana could have destroyed in combat, but she just goes with them. This is where you do see some of the
Yeah,
issues.
yeah.
This palace infiltration when they're like, we should all split up, and then 2 minutes later they're all in the same location again anyway. Like
Doesn't
that
matter.
screams cut
Yeah.
scenes or something. Like they had other fights that they just didn't use or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But we get this like 4v1 on Shao Kahn when they finally infiltrate. They find the jewel. We got to get the jewel, and Shao Kahn is in the palace room. And it's this, they just keep handing off kind of 1v1s. We get Liu Kang and Jax is in there.
Well,
Yeah.
and this is a murder fest, guys. I mean, this is
Yeah.
kind of like the most shocking thing about this film. Jacob has obviously said it's leading to the setup that maybe the third film is like, yo, we need to save all these people so we can be expendable with the lives here. But when it's happening, you're like, oh, this person's going up against the Emperor one-on-one, destroyed, and you're like, oh, this guy's going up against it. Oh, did you just see your other friend get ripped apart? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you want to see it's Mortal Kombat. You want to see the fatalities,
Hey, once
and
the
knowing that you
fatality-
can bring people back. You know, why not kill people off? You know?
That's how the games are too. But yeah, we're getting kind of a Thanos gauntlet relay. Like everybody's trying to grab the jewel, and then he comes over and fights them. So then somebody
Straight
else
into
goes
the
for the
head.
jewel, and then we finally get the jewel.
Yeah.
But Bihan's here to take it to the netherrealm, and
That's
Jax
right.
gets cooked by.
So they had to, get Bihan and Scorpion into the movie somehow.
Yes.
And so then we have this whole NetherRealm fight with these guys.
Yeah, basically,
Um,
the Necromancer brings Bihan back, which happens in the game, and you get Noob Saibot, which is Ed Boon and John
Noob
Tobias.
Saibot,
Their
right.
names backwards.
Right.
That's how the character got
That's
his name.
right.
Um,
Ed Boon and whatever
John
the other guy's
Tobias.
name is. Right.
John Tobias is not in this movie,
Noob
but
Saibot, is that supposed to be like an Asian name or something?
it's just their names spelled backwards. I have no idea.
Gibberish.
Sure,
Right.
it's Asian-ish. I
Yeah.
guess that's good enough for them in the 90s, you know?
But isn't
You
his
know.
name also Bihan? So why does he get a new name?
I don't know, dog. It's Mortal Kombat.
It doesn't think of it doesn't matter. So here's
right.
the main thing that you get.
Yeah.
They go to hell to chase these
Kano
characters.
teams up with them,
Kano,
and
Kano goes with them, and he goes and visits them,
Yeah.
and they're visiting Scorpion. He's like, "If this is hell, almighties, this is pretty cool," because he's just pruning these trees, and they're like, "And by the way." I think don't they say like Cool Combat died, and is that the thing that makes them go like, oh
no,
and he, like,
No.
he, like, burns away.
They don't even
like,
tell
They
Cole
say-
about that.
what does he do?
no, they tell him Bihan's alive again, and he's like
Oh,
a
Bihan,
generational hater. So he's like,
it's your
fuck.
old,
Yeah.
your old foe.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Fuck Bihan.
Yeah, he even says when they get to Bihan, he's like, I don't care about the amulet. I'm here to kill you, motherfucker. Like, I don't give a
Yep.
shit.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
And basically he's living in this like
Hell.
simulation of a peaceful world, but it's actually hell because like he's like Kano's eating the peach off the tree or whatever, and then it turns to like
It's
ash.
gross. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But he's reached such a state of peace that even in hell, he can have a Zen garden until he hears that motherfucker
Yeah.
Bihan's still around. Now it's on site. It's very silly. But you have to get Scorpion Sub-Zero fight. So we essentially get a dual final act where we have Sonya and Liu Kang trying to rescue Kitana while fighting their 2v1 against Shao Kahn. And then we have Johnny Cage, Kano, and Scorpion against Bihan to break the amulet. And so we need to get the amulet broken so that we can finally kill Shao Kahn. And it's just kind of this back and forth of those set pieces for the final act.
That's right.
Yeah.
I saw this movie like on Friday, so it's been like a couple days. So I'm
It's
trying to
gone.
remember exactly
That
what
means it's
happened.
gone, my friend.
I
Yeah.
skimmed
So much for
through
you.
it today on a website just to kind of collect all my thoughts after rewatching it. So basically, yeah, you get Liu Kang at one point gets killed by Shao Kahn, but he's like, oh wait, I'm not the chosen one. My purpose is to find Kung Lao. see you later, nerd, and he ascends into the
My
fire.
bitches.
Yeah, and
Right,
Katana is eventually freed, and then she's now in a 1v1. Sonya's incapacitated, so she's in a 1v1 with Shao Kahn, while we have this 3v2, I guess, with Bihan
Well,
in his shadow.
I liked the moment.
right.
That's true. I like the moment where after Liu Kang dies or disappears, they're like,
Yeah.
"Ha ha ha ha! I win! Look!" And he points up to like the characters select
Oh, yeah, they
things,
have a literal
and
meter.
one just goes, "Ding!" Yeah, literally just like switches
Yeah, I
sides,
didn't
and
know
he's
you
like,
could do that.
"No!"
That doesn't seem.
Yeah, the
That seems
rules
like
are
against the
now
rules of the tournament.
arbitrary.
Mortal Kombat.
And Sonya's
just
like,
switch
I switch sides.
Oh.
Yeah.
Little techno syndrome playing.
I guess that's illegal. They cannot escape techno syndrome. It comes up a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're fighting Shao Kahn. It's going up back and forth, and then they're trying to get the beam. We get Jade makes her choice to help our heroes. She's beaming Bihan. Kano's beaming Bihan. Scorpion's fire breath in Bihan. We can't quite do it, but Johnny Cage shows up. He does his shadow kick. He turns green. He gets his power.
He gets his
He
Arcana.
gives a speech. He gives a speech that's like, yeah, you know what? Everybody has said Johnny's never going to show up. But here we go. And Katana, you're doing your thing and you're going to be the hero. But sometimes you just got to do your Arcana. Now, Jacob had seen this before me. And we were playing some Marvel Rivals. And I was like, all right, you just got to spoil it for me. Tell me, does Johnny do his classic shadow kick? And you said, you know what? I don't even remember if he gets his Arcana or not. And I said, what? That can't be true. I was so furious
He gets
when
it at
you
the
said
end,
that.
right?
I was like, he definitely gets it. Now, when it happens, the fact that they're in hell, as Mike has just set up, 3 of our characters are just shooting beams at our villain.
It's a triple beam situation.
He's just like, no, and he's just it's a 3 beam hold situation.
Yeah, it's like Thanos
totally
when the
sucks.
Guardians
It
of the Galaxy
totally
had him on
fucking
lock,
sucks.
and then
And,
Chris Pratt
and
starts
he
punching him
gives
in the
this
face.
little speech, and he's kind of glowing green as he does it. And he puts his leg up in the air, and they basically Microsoft Paint drag his ass across the screen, and he just makes contact. He doesn't out loud say shadow kick or anything. It doesn't like look cool. He doesn't like turn into a shadow. It's not. It's just he just quickly sidekicks.
He's just
You're
a little
like,
bit of
That's why I
green.
forgot about it.
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
of course,
left
because
no
you're like,
lasting
it's
impression.
nothing. It's nothing, Jacob. It's a
Yeah.
nothing moment.
It's nothing,
Yeah.
And I just think it's funny that it's the
But-
power of a sidekick that destroys the amulet. Like, I know it's like his special
got-
move.
Can you bet? It's just like, what do you do? It's like, well, if I lined myself up with something, if I lined myself up with a wall and I shadow kicked it, it's like, what would happen? Would you destroy the wall? It's like, no, probably not. But like, I'd really like hit that wall. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be bad. It's like, I
Yeah.
guess.
Like, it can't be defeated by a Kano laser or a Jade beam,
No,
but a kick. You just got to kick it. Yeah.
a kind of swift kick.
Yeah. But you got to be green while you do it. Then that's the secret.
Yeah.
You got to be a little bit green. But so that breaks right in the nick of time as things are looking dark for Katana. She's able to turn it around. She's like, "Oh, I heard God's throats can be slit. That's right." So she slits his throat again. And he ends up doing the mountain though. He's like, "I'm not going down without a fight." He's trying to choke her out before he dies. She pulls out her blue ribbon, binds his hands up, gets behind him, and says, "Now I'm going to show him what you are,
Blue ribbon.
mortal."
Yeah.
And
Takes
fatalities
his
his
helmet
ass.
off. Yes, he is immortal.
She
He's
does
like
her
a weird,
finisher.
ugly guy, right?
Yep.
Urgh.
Just what your real face looks like. You're
He's
like an
looked
ugly guy.
dope this whole time. Like the helmet with the glowing eyes has looked really good this whole time.
It's got some dark Skeletor aura, right, with the glowing eyes. Yeah.
Again, I'm kind of disappointed though that Shang Tsung isn't like in this movie more.
Well, if you're familiar with Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, the Deadly Alliance is Quan Chi and Shang Tsung teaming up, which they will most likely do in movie 3.
And they were hinting at that. They're like, yes, our true plans are like whatever.
He's sitting
they're,
on the
like, kinda
throne.
doing
Are you
their own
keeping it
thing.
warm for him? Jade says, yeah, they're scheming.
Yeah, they're scheming. And by the way, R.I.P. to the original Shang Tsung, who passed away somewhat recently back in December.
That's right.
Carrie what's his name? Hiroyuki Tagawa.
Yeah.
Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa.
Yeah.
Great
Carry to go.
Shang Tsung from the 90s.
Your soul is mine. Classic stuff.
Your soul is mine.
Yeah.
Soul is mine.
Truly burned into my brain.
And he does say that in the last movie, but it's not as iconic.
No, we'll get to that. But yeah, we get our final fatality. I'll show them what you truly are, mortal. And she does her fatality, kills Shang Tsung. They're all like, my queen. You bow to no one, she says. We're proud and we don't bow down. And then we get to see
no one, my little friends.
Exactly, she
Hobbits,
says, we're
do
Iridians.
that.
You bow to no one. And cheers.
Iridians.
And then we get to see Kitana ascend to her throne as queen, and then next to her, seated, is her queen. So we're getting a two queendom with Jade, and Jade is the queen's queen. I don't know how that situation works.
I missed that.
They're both queens. Two
Well,
queens.
she sits where Sindel does, so I'm insinuating that they're more than best friends, and they're going to rule together. Yes.
Okay, they're really good friends.
You tell me.
They're roommates.
They were roommates?
Correct.
They were roommates.
Well, Jade explicitly sits on the queen's throne, so I'm just assuming she's some part of the government here. Yeah.
Resurrect your mom, but not as like a pleasure slave anymore.
That's true. That's an Armageddon plot point.
I want to talk about Jade for 1 second because I have to mention again Tati Gabrielle, and I just always think has a weird connection with Naughty Dog because she was in Uncharted, based on a Naughty Dog game. She was in The Last of Us, also based on a Naughty Dog game, and she's the model for the main character of their upcoming game, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. Of course, as we all know.
Oh, yes.
Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet.
That's right, with her space sword.
I just want to know what her connection with Naughty Dog is.
'Tis I, the Heretic Prophet.
So she is
we're
kind
all
of
looking forward to Intergalactic: The Heretic
right,
Prophet.
but she's locked into this video game adaptation world for sure. Well, and just video games in general. Yeah.
Remember, she pops up in The Last of Us.
Yep.
She was in Uncharted. She was also in Sabrina with Katana.
Adeline Rudolph.
It's so crazy that we did an episode on Uncharted. Uncharted is one of the highest grossing comic or video game movies of all time, if not the highest grossing.
That's
probably
crazy.
not anymore because
Never
of
got
the
a sequel.
Mario movies. But my point being, Jacob, that everybody involved is just like, nah, not worth it. We got out lucky on that one. People did
Tom
not
Holland.
like it. We had Tom. We blew it. We can't commit to making it better. We just won't. We just aren't going to do that.
They could probably make a better movie, and they have Sully with his mustache now.
No, I'm not going to do it. We could, Jacob, but we're not going to, and that's why we won't. And it's like, wow, that takes some balls and courage to just be like, no.
No, we're actually out.
Like you said, it made money, which I was very surprised when we did our episode.
So
that it wasn't a box office failure. Yeah. So
crazy.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Which movie is better, this movie or the Uncharted movie?
This one. Easily, I'd say. For me. I don't know. Where do you net out, Colin?
Easily this one. Easily this one.
And you didn't even like this one hardly.
Yeah, I would say easily this one.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, we get no post credits here. The tournament is over. Everybody wins, and we get this post. It's not a post credit, but this end sting of Johnny Cage telling the tale of winning the tournament to the Barakas. He's embellishing, and then the whole crew shows up. They've captured Quan Chi.
That's not how I remember it.
Yeah, right. Three minor details.
About this part, Mike.
Yeah. And we get our hero shot of everybody walking to find our dead homies in hell.
Raiden, when he got better, did his one move that he used to do in the game where he goes horizontal and kind of pushes you real fast.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, because Shang Tsung's there trying to murk him in his sleep, but he gets healed just in time.
I like that.
Yeah.
And of course, this Raiden played by Tadanobu Asano from our favorite Shogun.
Our favorite Crow Knight, baby. Crow Gun.
That's right.
That's our guy.
And we have him and Hiroyuki Sanada again in the same movie, both in Shogun. And I just wish there was maybe more of some of these characters. Like, again, Lord Raiden, who spends most of the movie just lying down with a slit
Yeah.
throat.
Kano we
my
get
throat, it's
for
so
one scene in the
slit.
beginning, one at the end.
Yeah.
Um,
So I would like
But
a
yeah.
third movie in this franchise. Like, I feel like there's more to this. Like, they could do more with the franchise. And so, while I liked parts of this movie, it just didn't feel like a complete movie at times, and I feel like it left me wanting more in a strange way. Where it's like, yeah, I
See?
do want to see like if Liu Kang can like save Kung Lao. Like, I would like to see that, I guess.
Yeah, and I think to the point where the story in the game gets to, like eventually Liu Kang, spoilers for the games, like he transcends and becomes like the god of fire, kind of how Raiden is the god of lightning.
Mike.
Like there's all this stuff you
Oh.
could get to.
Mike, I had some time today. Usually, if we're doing something that like we watch on our own, I'll try to do it pretty close to record.
Mm,
But since this was a movie in theaters and I saw it previously this weekend,
yeah.
today while doing dinner, I was like, I will watch the cinematics of Mortal Kombat 1, the latest
Okay.
game, and discovered
Oh.
exactly what you're saying. Liu Kang, God of Fire, who has in the previous game defeated the God of Time and now
Yeah.
rewritten world history so that it goes the route he wants, including Raiden just being a member of his old fighting school, not having the powers of a god, just competing as a mortal in Mortal Kombat. And I saw that, and it's just like, I'm so happy that these films are divorced from that because that all is too much.
It gets so crazy.
much.
Like at one point
Yeah.
Raiden turns evil because he's like, you know what, fuck all this actually. I'm over it. Like it gets really convoluted. Kronos, the god of time, I almost forgot about that. Like it gets nutty. So this is pretty tame when it's just I want revenge for you killing my dad. The Kitana story, basically.
Yeah.
You know. I
But
could
this is
take
why
that.
they need a third one, because you need Shang Tsung to return as the main villain in the third one and whatever he's planning with Quan Chi. You've got the Liu Kang, Kung Lao stuff. You got Johnny Cage. You got Katana. So I say make the third movie. Simon
Baraka's
McQuad.
there.
Baraka's
$0.
there.
Yeah, we'll
Look.
see what happens with that.
Let's see. Let me look this up.
Yeah, I don't know
It's
what I didn't look
doing
up the final
not that
numbers.
good, I guess. 60 million right now on an $80 million budget after the first weekend. Not great. Not great.
Yeah, not great.
Um,
But yeah, Mortal Kombat. That's pretty much 2. We did it. Second Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Won the tournament. Should we maybe go over to final thoughts and wrap this thing up? Final round.
finish him.
We're back here on Normies Like Us, where we are finishing him as we discuss and discussing Mortal Kombat, Roman numeral, Roman numeral. That's right. We're Johnny Caging ourselves. We're Citizen Caging ourselves.
Citizen Cage, yes.
That's right.
Um,
Citizen Cage.
So I gotta say, I'm the highest on this. I have a ranking, I think, of the Mortal Kombat 4 movies. I would put it at the
Do
original.
it.
And it's the best Johnny Cage. I'm with you, Colin. You can't beat Those Are $500 Sunglasses, asshole. So Mortal Kombat 1, Robin Shou, then Mortal Kombat 2, 2026, then Annihilation, and then 2021. Annihilation is a worse
Okay,
movie,
that seems
but I would
like a-
rather watch it because it's really campy. It has moments that I enjoy from my
Yeah.
childhood, even though it's bad.
I'm going to say that's my exact order, but again, I don't really endorse this film, Mike.
I think that's a
Fair.
reasonable order. I think you're the highest on Mortal Kombat in general of us, Mike. So I think that's why you like the movies the best. Because I don't even like I like the first 90s movie, but I don't think it's even a great movie. It's just like a fun New Line Cinema type movie, but it's just not my thing, I guess, these Mortal Kombat movies. But again, wasn't a fighting game guy, not
Yeah.
like a super big martial arts guy really anymore. But I appreciate them. And the only thing is I want to see someone's like heart get ripped out and like crushed. And like I want to see more fatalities and stuff from the games. And that was like obviously they do these movies are pretty violent and they lean into the violence, because that was the Mortal Kombat standout versus Street Fighter. Is just like,
Yeah.
oh, it's so over the top, it's so bloody and violent, and like
They
that
rip
was its
somebody's
whole,
spine out. Yeah.
yeah. And that's why also parents were like, you can't play this game, like in the 90s and stuff, because it had that reputation of being like, it's great, it's so violent. So I like when the movies lean into that angle a little bit. So overall, I do want a third movie though, even though I am kind of down on these movies in general. We gotta wrap this trilogy up, right?
Well, it's our
Sense.
bone temple. We're never going to get a third for this or that, unfortunately.
Thank you.
Don't
Mike.
remind
Thank
me.
you.
Don't remind me.
I'm heartbroken, but thank you, Mike, for being
That
a
it's true.
realist.
Yeah, I ripped my own heart out and
We're
crush
still
it,
getting it.
in that statement, but it's true.
Cillian Murphy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, seems likely, like you're saying, if it's not making money. But I'm surprised it got a second movie at all. Only in that they're like, okay, we know we kind of fucked up the first one. Give us another chance to like make a better version. And I think
That
that's
is
what
one of
this
those
is.
things where they made it for so cheap, and they're like, "Oh shit, did you see the COVID numbers? People kind of watch that thing. Why not? Everybody will come back. Why not?" And
Right.
now it's like they don't have.
But did
excuse.
people
We only got to pay
watch
Carl
that because
Urban.
it was available on streaming? So all you needed was
would
HBO
assume.
Max subscription, and you could watch it versus going to the box office.
This kills on streaming. We'll have to see.
It could be a streaming darling. Yeah, we'll have to see. I wonder if it's bumping the numbers for the original films and their stuff. You know, I'd be curious about that too on streaming. But I will say,
on HBO Max, you can look at like, here's the top 10 movies right now, and Mortal Kombat was placed on those like a couple days ago. So I'm like, oh, people must be rewatching that to get in the zone.
It's
for
why
this
I
one.
did it. Like I got influenced. So
Yeah.
right, and they can't escape techno syndrome. Like they will never get out from under the shadow. The first ever platinum techno song in the United States was that song.
Really?
Yep, that's a fact.
It's it's kind of a jam.
Kombat.
Yeah,
It does get me in the mood for some Mortal Kombat action.
it sure does.
But I will predict right now, Street Fighter, like we said, it's going to be Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat this year. Street Fighter trailer played before this movie when I saw it in theaters. And I thought, I think that movie will be better than this movie. That's my prediction now.
Here's what I thought, Jacob, when it played. Ooh, that looks fucking good.
Yeah.
So
it does look good. Yeah.
I'm excited for that too. And I'll say this. I've been watching a lot of the press tour with the cast and stuff for Mortal Kombat. And they just seem to be having so much fun. Like, I can't, like, Adeline and Tati are, like, being the girlies. And they're like, we're bad at this game, but it doesn't matter. And that's how I feel about this movie. It's probably going to be worse than Street Fighter, but it doesn't matter. Like, it is what it is. It's fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. We'll see. I'm the highest on it, but.
And by the way, speaking of Street Fighter, when I was talking to our friend Joe, and he was like, I was telling him about there's a Street Fighter movie coming out. He's like, oh, who's in that and stuff. And I'm like, well, first of all, this guy named Andrew Schultz is in it. I'm sure you're a big fan of
There's
him.
no Andrew Schultz here. I'm loving that.
But and then I was trying to remember the cast. I was like, is it Jason Momoa in it or Roman Reigns that I was thinking of? And then I looked it up. They're both in it.
Yeah.
So that was exciting for me.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
You were channeling your favorite rap song about your rolling with your Samoans, Jacob?
That's right. I'm rolling with Samoans. That's right. The transplants. But Jason Momoa, hey brother, we're street fighting in this.
Yeah,
I guess
Cody Rhodes is out here. Yeah,
Cody Rhodes. A lot of wrestlers, right? You got Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns.
Basically, if you voted for MAGA in Hollywood, we will put you in this movie. Hell yeah!
Cody Rhodes is a MAGA guy.
Oh, buddy.
Really?
I didn't know.
I think so.
Oh, that makes me sad. But then again, Vince, the whole biz is potentially tainted by MAGA.
I think so.
Anyway.
But we'll have to see with that movie and how it compares to this movie. But overall, Mortal Kombat 2, I thought, step up from Mortal Kombat 1, better in pretty much every way. But still a little hit or miss for me. Not the greatest movie, but a fun movie to watch in theaters on a Friday night. I thought my theater was pretty full, so this movie must be doing well.
There's a lot of Leonardo DiCaprio meme moments where it's like, oh, that's from the game. That's from the game. Like that's what this is for.
That's what you want as fans of
What
the game.
is this? Are these rated R?
Yes. Oh,
I would assume
100%.
so. They're pretty violent.
I was
and they're
gonna
dropping
say
F-bombs and stuff.
Cheap Detectives. I had a half full theater, but that's because kids were there. This I did not have many people in my Mortal Kombat theater, dogs.
I went
Oh,
on a
man.
Friday night, packed theater, very noisy crowd. People were receptive, at least some people laughing at jokes and stuff. But that could have just been my theater.
I had everybody wait till the credits were done. They thought there might be a post-cred. There was nothing. As we're shuffling out quietly, the staff is cleaning up. I'm like, did they say thanks? I'm like, yeah, thank you to the staff. And I say, that's the best movie I've seen all day. And all the people around me got a laugh out of that because I think we're all kind of like, was this
Classic.
good? We don't know. But I've been rising on it, I think, from the
Classic Mike
cast
joke.
interviews. But I don't know.
That's fair. At the end of mine, I was like, here's the thing. I had my big Coca-Cola, of course. I was like, I got to run out to that bathroom. And I was like, is there going to be an after the credits scene? I was like, do I sit here for another couple of minutes and wait? And I'm like, no, I got to run out. So I was hoping there wasn't because I didn't want to miss it. So it's good to hear that there wasn't. Because as soon as that movie hit credits, I was like bolting out of the theater. I was like, let me go do my business.
Nope, just our hero walk at the end. That's the last scene after the Baraka story.
Well,
Yeah.
I like the hero walk. All right, Normies, if you were transported to another dimension, let us know your thoughts. If your arcana was to listen to our podcast, we hope it was. But before that, Jacob, why don't you tell them what they'll be listening to next week?
Oh boy, next week we are starting our new long form series. So obviously Miyazaki is done. We had a great time doing that. We're moving on, and of course we announced, I believe, what we're doing, and that is X-Men. We're doing X-Men. Yes.
And I can connect the X-Men to the Mortal Kombat franchise by way of Ray Park, who plays Toad in this movie we're going to watch. He was one of the stuntmen and the stunt double for Raiden in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. So there you go.
Oh,
Ray Park,
I
famously
thought he was Scorpion. That's funny.
not controversial guy that doesn't have any things in his personal life, probably.
We just can't win.
No.
Don't look it up.
Snicked, we say to you, we'll be covering
Yes.
the X-Men films, which of course starts with the first film directed by BS, just simply titled X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Directed by Bihan. That's right. The classic
Directed by
movie
Noob
X-Men.
Saibot.
So we'll be diving into our new long form series, all of the X-Men movies, and including spin-offs and all that. The 20th Century Fox X-Men universe, which is coming to a close with Avengers Doomsday at the end of this year. So that'll be interesting to see. And then the week after next week, we're talking another new movie. We're going back to the theaters for The Mandalorian and The Grogu. So look forward to that. And that's the rest of May.
Jacob, will you be going to Burger King to get the Mandalorian and Grogu collector cups?
Probably.
Have you decided?
They should make a burger with Grogu meat, and it's like a green burger.
Oh, Grogu don't like
There's a
me.
free idea for you there.
Oh,
Burger
man.
King.
Yeah.
Will Grogu talk in this movie?
Mm.
That would be the ending, and
What's the over?
he'll start talking, and he'll have the same speech patterns as Yoda. And then people are
Grogu
like,
stupid too. Listen how Grogu talks.
Yes.
yeah, we'll have to see about that.
Din
movie.
Djarin,
Not
watch
super
out, you must.
excited.
No.
But it should be noted it's the first Star Wars motion picture since Solo, a Star Wars story, I believe.
No, since
Nobody
Rise
knows
of
what
Star
you're talking
Wars,
about.
right?
Was that the last?
It
Was that the
is
most recent
since
one?
Rise of Star Wars? Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the last one they did because they were like, holy
wild.
shit. That response was terrible. And then they put it all on TV. And so now we get another
we're going
third
back
season of a
to-
TV show as a movie.
Yeah,
I know
we
what
get
you're
probably
talking
2
about.
episodes
Star
of
Wars is
TV
the
show.
biggest brand in the world. Kids love it. Adults love it. We all talk about it every day.
The Galactic
There's
Star
new shows,
Cruiser
there's new
did not
movies every
fail.
week. It's doing
That's
great.
right. We're
We've all
not doing an
vacationed on it.
episode on the mall show, which is interesting. But maybe in a
Yeah.
what show we'll cover it.
I watched all of it, but
Maybe not.
you know.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll get your thoughts.
It's kind of like Mortal Kombat, where they're like, what if he just fought
is the
everybody you
Maul
want him to
show?
fight? It's
So
Maul
it's an
Shadow
animated
Lord.
mall show about Darth Maul.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not the mall like it's going down.
Oh, like, I thought I was like going to a mall.
I thought you were I thought you were trying to talk about. You know how there's that Backrooms movie that's coming out. I
Yeah.
didn't understand. I thought you were implying
All set
something
in the
about
mall, Colin.
You know how there's that mall thing? I was like, yeah, I guess so.
Oh,
Yeah, the
man.
mall.
Yeah.
Yes, I am aware of Darth Maul. Yes.
Yes, Darth
Okay.
Maul, our favorite character, our favorite Ray Park character. Anyways,
Oh,
so X-Men next week, Mando
Yep.
and Grogu week after that. And we're starting X-May. It's not Miyazaki anymore. It's
To me, my X-May. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm so
I like it.
excited. This is a great choice, Jacob.
Yeah, it's been a
That's
long time.
right.
I'm looking forward to revisiting.
Yeah.
It's like good to
And so,
transition from
tuned.
the idea of Mortal Kombat, like 96, 97, and then early 2000s. We're in kind of that next era of cinema with the superhero
We're seeing a lot
exploration.
of black leather right now, Mike.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
What did
Wolverine
you expect?
would have been a
Yellow
great-
spandex?
Mortal Kombat character. They should have had a crossover with Wolverine.
He's too
And
busy.
he's too busy in Capcom.
dreading with Tony Hawk. Yeah, too busy fighting.
He
Mega
fights
Man.
Ryu and Ken. He's going to be in the Street Fighter movie. Yeah,
Yeah, dude, he's beating up the Street Fighter guys.
that's right.
That's right.
All right.
So that's
All
next
right.
week.
Thanks,
Stay
Normies.
tuned,
That's
Normies.
next week. Normies, keep listening. We hope you do. We hope, as we were saying, that you write us at Normies_like_us, where you can rate, review, subscribe to the podcast. That helps out a ton. Check us out on YouTube as well. But also send us your ideas for episodes. Engage. Say your thoughts. Say what you think. Tell us if you hated this movie, if you loved it. Defend yourself. God knows we do.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
There's more to
Yeah.
combat than just attacking. You need to defend too. That's what Cole needed to learn in Mortal Kombat 2021.
There's
There's
more,
more
to
than
combat,
defense,
or
there's
there's Mortal
attacking.
Kombat?
Oh, wow. Mortal Kombat. All right.
Oh boy.
Um,
All right. We've been your hosts.
Yes.
This is B. Colin.
Oh, that's good. This
like
is
that.
Test Your Mic.
And this is Jacob Cage
Jacob
here to
fucking
kick
Cage.
some ass. That's right. Jacob fucking Cage.
I couldn't believe
Finish
when Baraka said that. Finish him.